Clive Mukundu, celebrating 50 years of life and 32 years of making music.
You were one of the very first people to record R&B in Zimbabwe.
Yes, we were. I started music in 1981 at school. I used to just play a little bit of the piano and learned how to compose because I learned from my music teacher was Clive Cummings, a Rasta man. Principal.
Also, so you were Papi. So Papi Parava a lot of my musicians.
Of course, yes. Before us, there was Dave Scobie.
The PE schoolboy.
Yes, he's a PE schoolboy. He was in the same house with me. He was in Bain's house. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and after that I started practicing Nabobi Ngoni Mchaka.
Okay.
Yes, that's how we then wrote the song called "Lover Like You," which was a phenomenal hit. 1980, because there was a mixture of the R&B and the rap stuff,
most people they mistake, they think it R&B was year 2010 year.
No. We started it with the Rusiki Brothers, and the Rusiki Brothers did Saturday Night.
Yeah, Saturday Night.
I think around that time.
Yes,
around that time. Yeah.
Yes,
and it was very exciting because we were competing near the international musicians, and I went Guthrie, Vanan, Luther Vandross, Vanan, so Chingo Kandwapa Hitpick, Chingo Feature, and the guy that discovered us was Elvis the Demon. Because what we did was, let me recap a bit. Yeah, Elvis the Demon. He later died.
He was a DJ.
He was a DJ on radio, but he was also an A&R manager for ZMC, Zimbabwe Music Corporation. So we met Brian Usike at some hotel where they used to practice the Pied Pipers.
Yeah.
Brian, Alois, and
Gentala.
Yes, Alois Gentala, and Derek. So we asked them to help us in preparing our recording. So we'd go there every afternoon and practice. Time came to record to put the music together. We then worked and looked for money. We paid $120. That time it was a lot of money.
Yeah, for the studio.
For the studio
Which
time,
studio?
we went to Benny Miller. There was a white guy called Benny Miller.
Yeah, I know him.
A brilliant guy.
A number of times.
Yes, and Dopataka recorder, our first single, Tapeza recorder, Yamastwa, Takutaga Major Indiana Jet Batsirane distribution. That's when we went to Timon Mabaleka. And Timon was a bit of a rough age because Timon had a rough, heavy. That funny, but to the music, Elvis liked it.
Elvis who?
The Demon Chimene.
Okay.
Yes. And then you send it to Ralph Glover in Blawa, Montrose. And then Ralph liked it. And then Nova Vaitika, my final. Nova Vaitika, Nova Tinda Radio. And the good thing was Elvis, at the time that I knew him, he taught me how to do PR in music. So we went to meet Kudzimarudza, Caleb Tontla, Nora Chipawamire, famous DJs at that particular, John Martin.
John Martin.
Yes. And they all liked the music. It was like a heap of Peter didn't really play our music. Peter was a bit of a snob.
But Peter, it seems like I knew for
yes, Yes.
than normal
Yes.
music.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Yes.
Because I got a chip top 10 in UK, top 10 in States.
Those are Peter Jones. He never really liked
Logo, anything logo.
he would play it, but when we're not out of money, it's on. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But you mentioned one thing, Chandana Manji, about PR. How to speak to my media people.
Oh yes.
How important is that?
It's very important because music. You have to have the right relationship with your DJs.
Yeah.
The ones that are going to play it on air. You have to have the right relationship with the news reporters.
Yeah. And but when it comes to relationships, people don't know what at times your breakthrough is just one relationship away. Because I'm noticing that these days there are a lot of youngsters who they are sacrificing my relationship for the sake of it popular.
No, they are stubborn.
You
see, the issue is
end up with burning all the bridges.
There's an issue that I was dealing with recently. I wasn't dealing with it, but I saw some young guy that does comedy, Pure Box.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Knox and Manoja Preza they should give each other time on a social platform to release music. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Because you're not the one that owns the platform. And two, you don't belong to the same record label.
Yeah.
So we are already. It doesn't matter if you spend 250,000. We are spending $1. What matters is the creativity and the excitement and the hook of the song.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not understand that music, maybe because of digital age, everyone else has got a studio somewhere in Bakona. Yes, I saw on your interview when you were talking about munhu anogona kuuya kustudio achitaura kurekoda obhuka obhadhara mari yake but haasitomboza song yachiaura kuimba kuti inonzi.
Most of them do already Amazon.
Yeah, so how do you, can you call yourself a musician? You're wasting time. You must go to the studio knowing song yako kuti inotangira papi chigumira papi.
You want to know my energy vampire sessions, they suck your energy, so you by the time I'm not paid energy mine pays rekuzvisina basa.
Exactly.
Nekuti munhu akwaine song yake yakanatsopedzwa munhu angopedza energy pakuimprove song yacho kupedza energy pakutsvaka kuda kuiextracta from nekuti munhu anogona nguva yangori nekahuku kamwe chete kana kuti angori nekora zvimwe zvese kutanga kunyorera mustudio.
How to waste that time. So going back to us as Radar, we did Lava Like You. That was our first single. It went on 6 weeks on the #1 and it spent a year on the charts. Thanks to Mr. Cool. He was very instrumental in making sure that he supported us very well. Then in 1986 we released Heartbreaker. Yes, and featuring these girls were in the Ecstasy and we Teach Matters. Yes.
But even about Teach Matters,
yeah, time we test.
Serious?
Yeah, but we were boys, bad boys for life.
Yeah.
Yes, we were boys. Yeah, so for us it was more exciting. The good thing that music can do also for you is it plays a PR role.
Yeah.
If you choose to go commercial, if you choose to go into the industry, it plays very well PR, because up to now people still remember Radar. Yeah, they still remember us and stuff. So we released Heartbreaker. Then after Heartbreaker we did Rumors Makua.
Yeah. Oh, Rumors Makua.
No. Yeah, in fact I messed up. Heartbreaker started. No. Rumors was before Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker came after Rumors. Because Rumors was more of a long plays. LP, my long player, and we recorded it again at Benny Miller.
So who was producing it?
We were producing ourselves. Yes. Yes, we produced ourselves.
When you those days,
there's a guitar on Rumors, which I'll never forget. Ragarizona always. Yes.
Yeah.
Rhythmic. It was amazing guitar. If you listen to that track, listen to the guitar. The way he played the guitar, I've never had anyone playing guitar like the way that guy played.
Nice.
And he went from 0 to 5 minutes non-stop.
No mistake.
No mistake. Yeah.
Apart Pepper was talented.
And
although they need to make a history get to us, I think that was 1992 or that was 1993. I'm waiting to fight over shouldn't scratch Padumbu. So
Marwana.
tell me something about Peppers. That's your fun as we do.
Okay. Yeah.
I know it's a story for another day. Now when you came.
No, it's fine. It's okay. So we did that, and then came Heartbreaker, 86, 87, and then after that, I then went on to bring in form a band called Pyramid with Odrin Punzwana and Namo Kateta. So we did Wasting My Time.
Yeah, that was another hit.
That was another hit song. So what I'm doing now is I'm revamping all those songs, but introducing new voices.
Okay.
The youngsters that have brilliant voices. So I have a girl called Nyari. She's doing Heartbreaker.
Then most people write R&B those days. Say the word Dinner Fortune. Some people I thought you were going to say Mauritian and Fortune, but those
No, I never worked with Fortune on all my productions.
But my Zwana.
Yeah, we in fact how I was introduced to Fortune was that Tawanda and Kelly Rusike talked to Fortune Mparuta and then invited me to come to Marlborough where what's his name was there, Fortune was there. And then Tawanda says, Alex, this is a brilliant guy that you can work with. And I just said no.
Okay, you know.
Look, to be in the music industry, you have to work with people that you're familiar with.
Okay.
Yes, and you have to work with people that you are able to talk to. That communication.
Do you mean you were not able to talk to Fortune?
No, you can talk. You understand, but it's the communication that we're talking about. Things that make you do things that you want to do, and be creative, and that energy that you want in your production, because you have to have a certain energy in order for you, and you have to be up to it. But if you're working with a person who is stuck up, a person who thinks they are better than you, a person who thinks highly of themselves, you're not going to work, because you'll be discouraged and your energy will just go, and then you produce substandard work, and then later on you ask yourself, but you know what, I shouldn't have worked with this guy. So in any,
how was he?
I gave him a production of Pastor Chundi's children. They came to me at Rada Recorder. Then I approached him and said, no, can you work with these kids? He worked with them. He would insist on his money, but at the same time, if a person pays for production, it means they've paid, it's their music. So you can own the music. So he wanted to own the music. You understand what I'm saying? After he has been paid for production.
Okay.
You get my point? And hold on to the masters and all that stuff, which I thought it was a bit outstretched. And then he worked with Pastor G. One of his albums, he worked with Pastor G, and I went to see him, and he says, you know what, Ndarota Pastor G Vachindiroya. And this was like a shock to me. Even Pastor G to this day, we always touch on it, but when it's not,
but I never worked with Fortune. I was just a fan of his production, because my productions, they were good.
No, he was brilliant. He was talented, but he was good to work by himself.
Okay, but I heard with Danzi, he was very paranoid. aifungira zvemishonga zisingaiti zviri tona ngeimpostori.
Yeah, so I know it depends on where you're coming from. But I look at it with the youngsters now. Brilliant talent, I'm telling you. There are more female singers today than there were in 1985.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
1985, the people that I could remember that could sing was the Ararima was the lady there, and Susan Mapfumo.
Virginia Syria.
Yes, and Susan Mapfumo. Then moved to
Susan Chenjirai.
Susan Chenjirai, Nana Dorothy Masoko. Exactly, but there were very, very few.
Yeah, there were very few.
But now you find that a lot of youngsters are coming up, brilliant vocals. Maybe it was also difficult to sing in English, by the way, because of our tongue.
Yeah.
Because our tongue would not conform to the modern our children go to high school. They say we're going to a high school, where they speak English every day. So when it comes, and they're exposed to Channel O, exposed to MTV, YouTube, so they're always practicing. They're always practicing. So at that particular time, there was music. It's either radio, and then Josh Makawa on Saturday Music Machine, and that's it.
Yeah.
I feel good. The up and coming musician need to understand one, what is to write a song.
Yeah. Do you know a lot of people they think that kunyora song could be very simple, because I've noticed that there are three things you notice about pastor and musicians. Number one, songwriting. Number two, production. Number three, band management. People think that anybody can do those three things.
Those things are the most critical elements of your music production. If you can't write a hit song, then no one will recognize you. Unoza kwa no reflector manch. Shrinda uzimura. But unaita ma annual meeting yedu ezimura. Nima songwriters, nima producers. Kune gwine ma fight aya arunzi because ini ndakanyora song yangu igarira 1 or 2 times. You owe me mari. You understand? But they are not understanding the repetition, the repeat of that song on the market is the one that guarantees you money. It's not about you writing a song. It's about you writing a song that people like to listen to.
I'm always careful collecting society. I do it we need proof.
You see, the issue is that you must understand they go to radio, they get my music logs. They calculate how many songs your song is played on air. And then they calculate based on those numbers. But John Chibadura, he would collect a lot of money. James Chimombe would collect a lot of money. Japreza collects a lot of money from
because it gets played.
Circulation yake, ne airplay yake. Yake say yaka want. Because he's releasing hit after hit, and people like his music. So a lot of people needs to, especially the up and coming musician, he has to understand good. So
is there a formula hit song? Because most of my songs are my hits.
Yeah, there is.
Almost every song that you released, later hit.
Yeah, there is. It's a title of the song. And the arrangement of the song. And who is singing in the song?
Texture, voice,
the texture of the voice and the production. Was on. Every song that you write, you must always ask yourself, is it's time? the song is its time.
Time.
Yes, timing is correct. It must be correct. Yes. Ona Japres agaita tonga kwaro. The timing was correct.
Yeah.
And the song became a huge hit.
Did you ever do my shows?
We didn't do much shows.
See,
We most
there was not much shows.
because my partner Bobby went to London, 1986-87, and then Teach Mataz was on radio most of the time.
Who aren't been the set up pace, then your bar was very high. From my time I hit Wanda. Then Pindo kuma year 2000 wamboita noise. But wakazongo overtake ne dance baituita mainstream Zimbabwe. Ndikati saka fana wakazorasika pop. Kuti wafana wakazongo overtake pop ne dance.
You see, here's I'm gonna give you a background to R&B, then to dancehall.
Yeah.
Okay. You've early in the Kudarai Koko, as people were growing into the music industry, the Siga brothers were said to be they were too English. So there was then a need to create our own Zimbabwean sound, R&B that is acceptable internationally. And people struggled with it because that combination and fusion was difficult to come by. Ndopakazoyana vana uyenza nikona Michael Lanas, vana the Rusike brothers, vana Ilanga ungwene sound yao. Keith Ferguson had his own sound, vana Chiwoneso Marairi, and all that stuff. It was people trying to come up with an African vibe. Yakarerikira kwa R&B. And hazvina kunyatsoshanda zvakanaka. So at the time when after 2000 anditika pakazoya vafana vachita R&B, vafana pavakati tagona kuimba anditika takugona kufuse shona tone, which was very important. The tone was very important. Could you would sing on an R&B song, but you are singing in Shona. And so it came in. But the issue is that what happened is that R&B died on the international scene.
Okay.
You understand? Because it was phasing out then. And the Boys to Men were dying. Was on. So then Wafana Ghetto came up with their own interpretation of dancehall, which was more marimba sound. You know what I mean? Then Wafana Wapindonia vibe yechi toaster that is coming from the Jamaican scene. Bana dancehall, chi. You want to walk on we managing? But the key to it was that the R&B that was sung by those twins, right? Roy and Royce. People could not dance to that music. Was on. It was more, let me listen to it. No more zunguzira. But I am a pain zangwaya, the youngsters. But I was guys to from Pindaji. But dance floor blast. Don't want to say Vanakiru. And Tungoita yedu ya tungo fungo yechi. Ye forge iringori iringa Buddha. You understand? But it became a phenomenon. To this day it's still happening. Because that in itself has helped us. Vana XQ and all these other guys, Vana Toki vibes. On a Winky D, you know. So that whole group came out of dance music. which was good, and today it's still good. But it's maturing as well, as you notice that we are more leaning on the African vibe, which is more coming out of Nigeria. Nigeria has played a very, very big role in making sure that our African music is accepted across the world.
Yeah, because in Nigeria,
Yes.
I noticed with one music I feel like put here, but some gets pimpa.
Exactly. I mean, it's music evolves.
Yeah, it evolves.
Yeah, it cannot stay at the same level.
Then the last thing I brought it out in the business side, because I noticed with most artists then they ignore the business side. What would you say about the business side of the music?
The business side of music is that it starts from structures. Music in Zimbabwe has no structures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially Pakafama record label.
Yeah, Pakafama Anagrama Records. Anagrama Records also contributed in killing music. Because they had this belief. I remember they never used to like dancehall for now. If they would go to Grandma and say that Turambo or dancehall, probably Grandma Records would throw them out of the studio fast. Because Vaida Mseve Wawo and they liked Thomas Mafumo and Oliver Mtukudzi. Anything traditional, they were there. But the thing that they were doing, Grandma Records, isati yatengwa nevanu vatima zvakaita music yese yaireleaswa munomu yainoreliswa futi kuSouth Africa. Also kudana vendor kweso they listen to our music. But we were told that music yako haisikuita sei haisikutenga. Also Thomas aizota ari kuLondon apfuro nemurecord bar otona album rake richi rikutengeswa uruona zvandikutaura. Because people knew about that. Today in India I still have people that send me my messages through my Facebook page, but we want radar music. And this is a white guy from Europe. And you ask, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so record labels at that particular time, they were very conniving people. They could not be trusted. Yeah. Ozona. Hence, this is why people don't trust record labels. But now with YouTube has brought a new vibe into the music industry. On ndakaona imwe song ya T Guns, which is Chimurenga vibe, but in a modern Chimurenga, which I saw it yesterday, and I loved it. And I said, this is the way. But Thomas would not understand that because Thomas is an old school musician and a vibe raggy. You understand? He doesn't want to dilute his sound, as per se. Just like how Oliver was. Oliver did not want to dilute his music. What went on Oliver? What Taida remix? I don't need some. He didn't want that.
Okay.
Yeah, because he wanted to stay authentic to his sound. Well, in India, kuna manager Oliver. Ndrukuda wanti I want to produce the next album that Oliver Mtukudzi. Because I know exactly what I want to do with Oliver. Taurana Oliver. We get a producer. We get a producer from Europe. We get an orchestra, and we get a good choir, and we put him there, and he maintains the same rhythm that he's been using, but we beef up the sound with amazing orchestra. Because I want to go to an Oliver Mtukudzi show where he's singing by himself and the stadium is packed. Not to go to Oliver Mtukudzi where he's doing he's part of the festival. I wanted to see Oliver grow to that level because I could see his music had matured, but then the sound remained the same. Haina kuchinja. Whereas there had to be growth in that sound. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that it was turned down.
Instrument improve your musical intelligence.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Ana producer Canada producer na selling
yeah.
I know that I just stress that every composer must learn an instrument because it broadens your minds and your musical intelligence improves. There's certain songs my songs are sound killing me softly. And also this instrument you never write such a song.
How do you write a song like that?
Yeah, you can never write such a song. But anyway, this was a very interesting discussion. Tamara Rwanda. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Per chapter. Thank you. See you soon.
Monolio Studio, the harmony of quality and professionalism.